Hey guys, and welcome to another episode on the Overclocked SMP, where I am going to be playing a little bit more Monifactory. In the last episode, I believe I made a whole boatload of circuits of the electronic variety, which I have now kept somewhere. But there they are, I was getting a little bit worried. There we go, 64 basic electronic circuits. And the first thing I'd like to do is, well, not make good electronic circuits with them, but instead make storage controllers. And actually figure out a proper way for storing things in drawers and barrels instead of just a bunch of random chests. That's mostly because this crafting station block can actually interact with the storage controller and the drawer controller, and then take items directly from the drawers and the barrels I'll put around. So my base is going to look a lot more like this and a lot less like this. And it seems like for some reason I can't click this in. I'm spamming my click, but it's not happening. So I'll just do it manually. It's fine. It's fine. It looks something like this, maybe. There we go. A storage controller. Cool. And with this, although this sort of setup has served me well, I think it's time for me to change this out. I am gonna put the storage block down here and move this chest so that there's a crafting table on top reading all these contents. And then I can just start dumping things in random chests because it's all gonna go in unorganized barrels anyways. Yay. And to connect all of those barrels together, all I'm really missing is this link tool. And then if I right click this, I can link all of these barrels together. So the sophisticated barrels, not those barrels. And yeah, now suddenly everything in that barrel is visible to this thing here. So, oh, okay, that made me a little bit dizzy spinning around like that, but here we are. This is my new storage system. Next up, I want to make a drawer controller here so that I can line the entire wall up here and maybe even here with drawers and have access to the materials from the crafting station. And you know what? This too is a fairly cheap craft. I wonder why I even made 64 circuits to begin with. I need another block of diamonds, so I should just be able to do that. And then, what else did I need again? Let's just do that. A single drawer and 2 circuits. I should be able to make a drawer fairly easy. Just one of these and then some wood. But unfortunately, the only downside of this is that I now have to scroll, find wood of a compatible variety. I think rubber should work, but let's just try it anyways. There we go. As you can see, my tools are also just randomly placed in here, and it'll just go back as it feels like it. Cool, I should now be able to do this, do that. It recognizes it. Cool. Drawer controller. Put this down here, and now I need the linking tool for this guy. And would you believe it, that thing needs another drawer. And we just simply craft it. Now if I right click this guy, you see a little box that's drawn around me. And this is the range in which I can connect drawers. So I can now go nuts and just link all of these drawers together. Hypothetically, I can also do this in multiple mode, but it's already done. It doesn't matter. Now that means that with this controller connected together, I should be able to... Huh, does it not read drawer controller? I find that rather strange. And you know, while working in this area, something I noticed is that this area gets really dark, and I only get light as the sun's setting because, well, the only other source of light is a torch that's so far away. So like this area just sort of ends up feeling a bit dark. What I'm going to do to replace it, or to fix that, is put a lantern right there. Already you can see how much of a difference that makes. I'm hoping to put an ME terminal in here too, so it feels like it's a computer desk and a chair and you can sit down here and work by the window. Cool. But in all fairness, interior decoration was not on the to-do list today. Today's to-do list includes electricity, specifically the boiler and the steam dynamo and the boiler and the turbine setup that everyone's been raving about. So let's check this out. I would need a steam dynamo, which I will now tag, which needs iron furnaces, excitation coils, which means more red alloy plates. Okay, cool. And this will be my first source of power. Oh, and under the factory section, here we see the boilers and turbines. Cool. They're a little bit further away though, because they need a steam pipe, and that needs fused quartz, and the only way for me to get fused quartz at the moment is through an alloy smelter. So, yeah, no such luck for me. I'll need a basic alloy smelter, and let's get started. And it does seem like I have everything I need to make the first couple of these. I'm just gonna start with 2, simply because I want to get into the boilers and the other stuff as soon as possible. I want to skip through the spamming steam dynamo stage. So yeah, I made 32 red alloy ingots, and it seems like I just need... how many? 20. So yeah, cool. these, as always, will turn into plates, and I'm going to turn all of them into plates. And someone handily pointed out to me in the Discord that there exists this view recipe tree thing, and once you click that, you can do this, and then it shows up here, and then you can click around and it tells you what you can craft next. So if I just shift click this, it'll make 11 of these, and then if I shift click this, it'll make 3 furnaces and stuff like that. That's really neat. And actually, it seems like the ones in blue are the ones you can craft right now. The ones in red are the materials, or the things you're missing materials for. So I should be able to do this. And then, yeah, the blue ones you can craft, so I'm just going to click the blue one. The red I'm missing materials for, because all of my cobble is in a drawer that I can't access. And then the purple ones are more of the same, I'd say. Yeah, is it like different branches of the tree that it's coloring? Yeah, so cool. Interesting. Very nice. I really like this. And thanks to the help from all of that, I now have 2 steam dynamos. The easiest way to hook these up would be to put them sort of right here or like nearby to the farm here, because that's where my source of sustenance is going to come from. And I'm thinking somewhere, do I point these up or down or run it around? I don't know. I keep thinking back to this idea again, where having something going along the ceiling would be really nice, because it'll just add a little bit of pizzazz. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that once again. I want to make that happen. Backing block in place, that's more like it. I should now be able to rip this out and then rip that out. And now extend this pipe upwards and connect both of those up, and then they will just start producing power as long as I give them steam. Interesting. Or, I mean water, sorry. So I would need some sort of water source here. Fortunately for me, really early on in the game, I made a water collector because the quest told me to, and I think that is the exact purpose of this machine. I just need a few more wrought iron plates because I don't want to use just 1 to power 2. I want to make it look pretty, so I'm making 2 of them. 2 buckets of water. I got buckets on me. And these can live there and there. In my opinion, these look ever so slightly ugly, but no, free water and I can't say no. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I thought you had to fill these with water. Oh, and like, these are fairly fast. Both of these dynamos are already full, so I think it's time for me to drag a few more tin pipes over and up. I'm just gonna do one of those. Actually, I should be able to put them like so and connect them using a pipe wrench. Then bring this down. Not from there though. I would like it to be on this side, so that does mean getting rid of the porch, but that's okay. I'll hook stuff up later. Just gotta wrench on these connections a little bit, hook that up, and then hook that one up to that one like so. Disconnect that from there, and then... Do these have sugarcane? No, because that port is not set to output yet. And you can just access the back ports from right here, can't you? I don't need to like stack up or anything. I should just be able to shift right click the top corner, and that's set to an output. And then for that guy, ooh, I can't quite reach the back corner here because I think I'm trying to access this one instead. Alright, I guess I had to pillar up. And a small flaw I've just realized is that by priority, because these pipes do a nearest first type of system, this guy gets the sugarcane first, and because it's got a white upgrade, it just destroys the sugarcane before it even reaches the dynamos, and that is a problem. So let's just remove this drawer. Oh, let's just remove this drawer for now and see if that even works. Because if it does, and sure enough it does, I can now then move the drawer over here. Because of course I would like to connect it to the drawer controller as well. There we are. Excellent. More pipe. Okay, thank you. I'm going to turn the farm off. I just had to turn the farm off because I kept getting pushed off with this place right here. And then I can put this here. Wrench the back connection to be an actual connection. Turn that into a push. And then right click that to connect it together. And once I turn the farm back on, or actually I can just toss a bunch of my sugarcane in here. It should end up in here. Hopefully. Oh, it just turned both of these on. That's okay too. I don't mind that at all. Turn the farm on and disconnect this. Cool, I can now put a third and a fourth furnace here. Excellent. And yep, the farm also works. Very cool. The water collectors are keeping up, and now I can have power cables going up the hole in the floor that I made specifically for taking power or something or the other out. Initially it was going to be a chimney going up, but hey, things just work out differently sometimes. And all of that has culminated into me getting LV power. So I would like to make an LV, I guess a 4 amp converter would be nice, but that requires 4x10 cable. What about the other one? What about the one? What about the single one? The other one? This one. This one. Yeah, this feels more like my speed. Hey, the matters here. Anyways, what's the difference here? Oh, they both just require bigger cables. Well, I'll make the bigger one, because bigger better, right? Ooh, but Ender IO conduits are in here, so I can consolidate this power before I do that. So, I might just make a single energy conduit beforehand. I just gotta smelt this. Cool. And I think I'm gonna go with the 1 amp. I've changed my mind again. That's because I am in total not producing enough of, hold on, it tells you here. 128 FE to 1 amp. And so, hello? Oh. Hello?
Hey, hello, knock knock. You don't have a door.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. I bet the village has a bell I can steal. What's up? Why?
Hi,
Wow,
hello.
are you going for a wedding or something? What's?
Oh no. You wondering what's the occasion?
Yeah,
Well?
is it a funeral? Am I dead? Am I dying?
I have an offer for you though.
Oh, okay. I'm all for offers. You've been generous in the past. You gave me. Wait, where is it? You gave me a bunch of. Oh, here it is. You gave me a bunch of like these fine copper wires in exchange for coal. Mighty generous. Oh, you know what? I'll take these. You can keep the rest. Actually, you know, actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I'll take 3 of them. Thank you. You can keep the rest. I've seen your episode. I've seen the mistake you made.
You can have all of these for $1.
For $1? Here,
with the backpack.
That's my offer, right there.
Just a penny?
It's not a penny. It's a nickel.
For the 3, okay. You can keep that for a nickel. Okay.
Oh, whoa! I thought the backpack was part of the deal. You can keep the files. I don't want the files. I'll take the backpack for a nickel.
You can have all of these.
Bro, am I some sort of trash dump? Bro just like left me with this trash. What am I gonna?
It's not a trash though.
Yeah, I guess you know what? I'll just dump it into my system here. It'll just end up using it.
I bet you're gonna use it. I have this many as well, so you know.
Oh well, thanks for
generous offer.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. I guess yo. I was gonna show you something.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah. Magic.
What? Wow. Where did you learn these? And imagine it's actually working.
It was a
you know what
random
would be
chance.
funnier?
Yeah, I was gonna show you the electricity that I'm getting into, but like,
yeah.
The chicken was
There
funnier.
is a chance then. There is a chance you actually throw an egg and 4 of them. Yeah, that would be funnier. But
matter-related distractions aside, I now have a little bit of a mission to go on, and that mission happens to be to enter the electric age once and for all. Because producing power isn't enough. I actually need to create a system that utilizes it to my benefit. I don't like that too much. Probably gonna end up moving this to that wall, because then I can run wires on the side. That work? That'll work. Yep. I'll just toss this here. And if I sound clueless, that's because I am. I'm not entirely sure how a bunch of these things work. But hypothetically now, that should be full of power, and it is. Excellent. I need wire cutters for this? I do indeed. If I do that, that connects up, and hypothetically now, this cable should be capable of putting in 1 amp of power down the line. That means I can finally make machines. And I've changed my mind once again. Instead of having the wires go down this way and then block these doorways off, hypothetically, I've decided to make it such that the machines would end up here and I would still get a 1 block gap to walk through. I'll leave a 1 block gap here and another row of machines would go here. Yeah, that seems like a solid plan. In fact, if I put the machines on this side, then I'll just have 2 banks of machines. Yeah, that works out. I like that idea. No, I am still just using a 1 amp cable though. That could be a problem, but I'm choosing to ignore that problem for now. You see how helpful that is? I'm just gonna worry about it later when it all burns down. Simple. The first machine I'd like to work towards would be the basic macerator and followed by the basic bender, simply because I would like to stop using the hammer and the wrench and the wire cutters to make machines and to make stuff, just in general. It's quite the nightmare to actually have to craft like this, but it's okay. I'm almost at the end. So, we go here. What all do I need? I need one of all of these. Alright, this has been quite the nightmare. I don't think editing KSAW is gonna have fun with this one. But anyways, I think this is going to be the first machine I'm gonna put down. And here we are. It's filling up with power. I sure hope it doesn't explode. Anyways, if I click this and I have replay mod enabled, I'm gonna crash. Let's see what happens. I crashed. And now I have it disabled. Let's hope I don't crash. Aha! Perfect. And here comes the de facto Monifactory experience, where you have a barrel for an input and a barrel for an output. Walk up to your machine, look at the bottom, set it to output. By clicking it, there you go. Once you have this auto output enabled and this is orange, you know it's doing the job just fine. Now to auto input, there's no such luxury. So you do have to then come back around and put a conveyor module in. Fortunately for me, I still have a couple laying around, so boop. Now if I right click this, or actually I have to screwdriver it. There we go, the UI already looks different. I can screwdriver this and tell it to import into the machine. Because of course it's attached to the machine, so if you right click and tell it to export, it's exporting from the machine, import to the machine. And you can also set how many items. I think I'm going to do just one for now. And hypothetically, I'm hoping that I can just take a little bit of coal and turn it into dust. Let's see. 8 coal go in. Would you look at that? It's not outputting though. That's truly a shame. That's because this isn't set over here. Right? No. What am I doing wrong? I just had to turn on auto output. I don't know why I changed settings on me. I look down here. It's on auto. It wasn't on auto a second ago. I don't know. It's down here now. Anyways, coal dust automated. Yay, more dust. Free dust. That checks out the macerator. Next up, I want to make the bender, and that's just more machines and more basic items like these ones. And yeah, cool. I'll just make these more crafting nightmares, but we'll be done soon. And a little bit of shift clicking in my inventory later, using this rather wide-looking recipe tree, I've been able to make a bender. I also made a few barrels, and I'm gonna use the same process again. Right click this, right click that, set this to import into the machine, and then set the bottom to auto export. Now I should be able to put in regular old ingots. Oh no, steel ingot, just one. And for the sake of testing, that has a steel ingot. Does it need 2 steel ingots? Oh, it needs a circuit. Circuit numero uno. It takes a second. But fully automatic steel plates. And a wire mill. Very cool. More and more machines are making their way here. Oh, and rather helpfully, I can just buy more conveyor modules. That's pretty cool. Alright, more conveyor modules. One goes in, set it to import, as one does, and then set the bottom of this machine to output. There we go, auto output. Now, the wire mill lets me make wires from plates. The bender makes the plate, goes in here, makes the wire, right? No, I lied, it directly takes ingots and turns them into wires. That's sick. 8 turns into a 16x wire, so I think that's cheaper than the normal one too, maybe? Yes, it most definitely is. A single ingot turns into 2 wires. And all it needs is an extruder mold, and that's wire cutters and a rod mold. That's not that bad. An empty mold is just 4 steel plates, so yeah, very cool. 3 wires, 3 plates, 3 dusts. What next? And I was almost about to do what I just said I wasn't gonna do. I can just put 10 plates in the wire mill? No, I would need to put 10 ingots in the wire mill. Well, how would I ever even find 10 ingots in here? Oh, I know, I can just hit the recipe for this and hit Y on 10 ingots, and it'll highlight the barrel it is in. Here? No, here? Here? Where is it? Said it's in here. 10 ingots, here it is. It usually highlights them in like a yellow color, but that's okay. Wire mill. Oh, I need the extruder mold. Nah, I must be tripping. I really don't need anything. All I need this to be is program circuit 1. It just does the thing for me. Very cool. What I will do is shut every single one of these up by right-clicking them with a hammer so that I don't have to listen to the cacophony of machines the entire time, but here we go. 3 wires. How many do I need? 11. The beauty of it is, this is now AFK time. I don't have to run around clicking things, giving myself a repetitive strain injury. This is a Monifactory. Another quest down, another automatic machine. This time, it's the lathe. Same story as before. We do that, we give one of those, and then we come around the bottom and we just say, hey ho, auto output. Now the lathe is a cool machine that effectively doubles my current rod production. I was crafting a single ingot into a single rod using a file, now it's gonna be double that. That also means that I don't need these files anymore, so I think I have a little plan. A little mischievous plan, if you will. Let's keep following the quests. The next thing I would like to make is a basic alloy smelter, and I believe this would make recipes not cheaper but easier, i.e. I don't have to do them by hand. For example, steel would just be wrought iron ingot and coal dust instead of, wrought iron dust and coal dust and smelt it again. Yeah, single use machine. Or, you know what? Just by reorganizing these and putting in the last wire mill and the alloy smelter, I got the LVH true. That goes right here. And I've also gone ahead and swapped all of my basic recipes over to the machine kind because now I would like to make a bunch of these. What do I need? Oh, the only sad part about it is I can't just spam craft repeatedly. 2x tin wire, which I should just have. That's quite alright. I should be able to do this, but that still demands that as a recipe, but to just make 9 plates, I should need 9 ingots and put them in here. I've also successfully made the polarizer. It's all configured and all that jazz. And I think I finally have some direction for the rest of this episode. I am convinced that with the pace that I'm working at, I should be able to get to the EBF, or at least the coils, by the end of this episode. So I'm going to start gunning towards that with the LV robot arm as well as the LV basic assembler. Right, this is going to be a nightmare to craft, I already know. Oh, I just set fire to everything on accident by drawing more than 4 amps. Whoops. It's time to upgrade cables. And upgraded. That's on me actually. I should have realized that I'm going to be drawing more than 1 amp of current through a 1 amp wire. Of course the wire is going to just burn down. I just heard like the sound of fire and I've had flashbacks to every single time my fission reactor has exploded. But anyways, now everything has power, everything is reconfigured. Fortunately for me, none of the machines exploded. I think that's something that's been turned off as we discussed in episode 0. Back to what I was doing. And here we are, basic assembler. Only a few hiccups along the way, but we got there eventually. I just gotta remember to not use too many machines at once and we should be okay. Now, the basic assembler makes a few recipes cheaper for me than already were. I'm not gonna go through all 1700 of them. But looking at the quests, my next thing is copper nickel coils. Now bronze is as simple as a bunch of copper and a little bit of tin, so 3:1 copper to tin. And fortunately for me, I have a whole boatload of copper, not as much tin though. But now we're gonna get bronze. Bronze is gonna get turned into bronze foil, and then for copper nickel wire, I bet I need copper and nickel, as the name suggests. And that happens in a mixer. Mixer, check. Nickel, check. Now I just need to turn both nickel and copper into a bunch of dust. And in fact, why don't I just grab a stack of both so I get 2 stacks of copper nickel. That's what a smart man would do, and I choose to beat that guy today. That's a full stack of nickel. Achievement get. Nickel goes in, and next up I'll also grab some copper. Now the copper will be in here. Full stack. Let's just toss this guy in here too. Now we wait. I wonder if threefold is uploaded yet. It's the next day, and my copper and nickel are done. And I think these go in a mixer with like level 1 or like program 1. Memory serves me right? Yeah. This one's rather slow. And while that's doing its thing, I was thankfully reminded by the matter that I would need liquid tin alloy. And the only way to get liquid tin alloy is, well, the alloy blast smelter, but that needs the coils. So the next recipe is tin alloying. Or like scrap remelting from like some sort of tin alloy rod, plate, etc. And for that I need an extractor, right here. Basic extractor. Bonk. How's this doing? It's doing. How much copper nickel do I have? 60? That should be enough to make into ingots, right? In fact, I'll wait for a stack. In the meantime, barrels. Alright, the copper nickel ingots have to turn into... I'm looking for my wire mill, I keep losing it. Here it is. That turned into 2x wires, so program circuit 2, and I'll actually just toss in a whole stack of ingots. Let it do its business. And while that's doing its thing, I will have to look into the tin alloy, because how do I make tin alloy? I have no idea. I plan on using a drum to like transfer the ingredients around, but let's check it out. Tin alloy dust, I assume. For macerating, centrifuging, mixing iron dust and tin dust. That's easy enough. And half a stack of bronze on circuit 4 should give me the foil? I think. That's what I thought. Oh, it's on circuit 10, never mind. Whoopsies. There we go. It takes the same amount of time, so if I take it into plates, it'll take 3.8 seconds. If I take from ingot directly into the foil, it still takes 3.8 seconds. So I might as well just skip a step. And I also did make a tree for the copper nickel coils, and it turns out I needed both stacks of ingots for wires, so that's what I'm doing. Slowly cooking away. Macerators also slowly cooking away, and I will have enough tin and iron dust soon. Everything else is done. Yeah. Steady progress here. Wait, how much of this do I need? 2,000 millibuckets? And if the only recipe I have is the ingot scrapping recipe, let's set this one. How many ingots do I need? 16. That should already be enough then. There we go. Very cool. I'm really close to making the coils. I am just realizing I'll need some sort of barrel or drum to hold on to the tin alloy, so I don't know. Well, what's the temperature for tin alloy? Let's check it out. It doesn't say. Does it say? It doesn't say. Does it? 1258. And that cannot, this can. So I think I have to make a bronze barrel. Bronze long rod will come from hammering rods together. Okay, cool. I'll make this. Alright, bronze drum. I'm hoping this is the appropriate kind. I should then hypothetically be able to right click this. There we go. I can't tell if it was left click or right click, but it now has liquid tin alloy that I would like to put into this. There we go. I just had to left click it. That's perfectly fine by me. Next up, all of this goes in here. And slowly, I'll get my copper nickel coil. Hell yeah. You can shut up now, thank you. Oh, where'd my hammer go? There it is. Hammer. Goodbye. The coils are done, and to move on I would need a bunch of inwire. So I'm making, I think, a couple stacks of inwire, because all of these hatches need a bunch of motors and such that I can make. But the machine casings themselves require inwire plates and frames. But they make 2 at a time, so they're not exactly cheap, but they're not exactly too expensive either. And fortunately for me, with this bank of machines, I should be able to make the rods and the frames and such slightly cheaper than usual, because instead of using 8 rods, I would only need 4 with the assembler. Stuff like that. Cool, I'm making steady progress towards the EBF. And thanks to the tree, I've been able to do these much more efficiently. Turns out I only needed 40 in wire, and I'm already down to here. I need 10 of these heat-proof casings, which I will end up making in the assembler. So, yeah. Fairly cheap recipe. 1:6 of in-wire plates. I think that's the same cost anyways, but that's okay. Set the circuit to 6 and let this machine go. I'm also looking at the fact that according to the quest line here, I need a lot more power. One of these consumes, allegedly, 2 LV energy inputs. So I assume it needs to be overclocked to MV to work. And that's just how you make it and how you set it up. That's okay, I'll show that. But I don't think just, 4 times 4, which is 16 FE per tick, or even 160 with these max upgraded would be enough power. So I think it's time for a little bit of change around. Again. And I have prepared an elevator that goes up instead of the silly ladder system that I had. Utilize the space up here. Oh, it is a bit dark though. That's unfortunate. And yeah, I was hoping my EBFs could live like in here or maybe out here. I'm gonna set up power over here or over here, I don't know. But I have so much space for activities on the 2nd floor of this house. I think this room out front where the machines are underneath me would be the best place to put an EBF. And currently it's incomplete because this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Now I am in the process of slowly handcrafting all of these hatches, but I am just going to go ahead and build out the structure here. This is supposed to be a hollow 3x3 and then the same on top. For the rest of this, I think power is going to come in through the top, so I'm just going to put both of these here and point them upwards. So just as I'm doing like low power downstairs, I'm going to build another engine, like turbine system on the back there. Fell off. Over there, and then bring it down the roof. Just gotta climb up again. I'm stacking on barrels for whatever reason. I made a muffler hatch, and that will end up over here. I do have to spin it around though. Would that be a pipe wrench thing, I think? Yeah, it's got to point upwards. I think this should be all I need over here. I'm gonna put the maintenance hatch. I put it down here, but I think this is a more better spot for an input. So the input will go here and the output will come out here. Just gonna use this barrel as an input. Yeah, just a little bit more crafting for me. And oh ho ho, a money dollar is mine. I just ended up batch crafting all of these. Not batch crafting, bulk crafting all of these. So made the tree, and turns out you can use the one and screwdriver to turn into the other. So I made 2 of these and 2 of those, and then screwdrivered them around. Finally, after a long time, I have all 4 output hatches and input hatches. So we go up, excuse me, just a little bit of lag, that's okay. And then this is an output bus, so I would like it to go, well, I gotta cover up the floor first. That's okay, I'll just spin it around. This goes here, the input hatch for fluids. And I'm not using fluids for now, so I can leave the input and output hatch alone. The input bus will end up over here, and then the rest gets filled in with these guys. But I'm assuming to finish the multi-block I would need those hatches anyways, so I'll just put them in here and not configure them at all. Here we go, a fully formed EBF. And I think I'm gonna have to leave y'all right here because I have run out of time while recording this episode. This EBF was quite the grind though, and I hope y'all enjoy it. If y'all want to watch more or see this EBF run, you're gonna have to wait for the next episode of Monifactory. In the meantime, this has been KSAW in the Overclocked SMP. I'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.